Today's May 18th. Today's quote is entitled The Association Secret. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, if you want to improve your chanting, sit next to a devotee who has great taste for chanting. Similarly, if we have difficulty, if we associate with a devotee who is free from those difficulties, that association will help us overcome our difficulties. By seeing devotees engage in devotional service, we become inspired by their qualities, service, and dedication, and we develop the desire to become like them. We can even think about our association with them when they are not present, and thus become inspired by their example. So what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying is that if you're weak in a certain area of your life and you associate with someone who doesn't have that weakness, their association can cure you of your own weakness. So it's kind of a secret. That's why I called this the association secret. So if you're struggling with something and you know there's a devotee that's not struggling with that, associate with them, and it'll have an amazing effect on you. Like a lot of times we think correction is going to come through instruction. Like we go to a counselor and the counselor counsels us. And that's true. But correction also comes not always when we're counseled. Correction often comes just through the association of a person who doesn't have the problem we have. So we start to think like they think. We start to see things as they see them because their association wears off on us. So that's why he said, if you're not chanting well, sit next to someone who is. Their consciousness will infect, so to speak, your consciousness. And your chanting will get better. And I'm sure you've experienced that, either with chanting or with something else. So, the last point, yes. Not only do we need to be, or should we be, near devotees who have the characteristics we want to develop, who have overcome the problems we want to overcome, but even if we're not with them, we can think about them. So let's say you're in a situation and you're challenged, and you think of such and such a devotee, and you think, well, if that devotee were in this situation, what would he do? What would she do? What would he or she be thinking? How he or she would be acting? And a lot of times, you can actually save yourself from making a bad decision, save yourself from doing the wrong thing, by thinking of that devotee and thinking, yes, if that devotee were in this situation, this is what they would do. So you actually can associate with that devotee in your mind, in your heart, by thinking about them, and specifically, as we're saying here, by thinking about what they would do in a situation that you're in now, that you're challenged. You're challenged by. You're feeling weak. You're feeling maybe you'll make the wrong decision. Or maybe you're just getting agitated and you want to lash out at somebody. Or maybe there's a situation that's disturbing you and you're kind of feeling like, starting to feel like you need to tell people off. Or you're about to criticize somebody. Or perhaps you're just feeling very proud in a certain situation. You can think of this devotee. Let's say the devotee is very humble. You could think, if this devotee were in this situation, how would they be taking it? What would they be thinking? It's an interesting thought, and I've done it, and it really helps. So you can get the association of devotees in your heart just by thinking about them, and you can get their benefit as well as being with them personally.